Hey there, ready to test your knowledge? Let's test your knowledge on California Real Estate License Exam Questions Answers 2026 Full Practice Guide. Question 1. Agent Anna has a home listed for sale and shows the home to the Quinns whom she does not have a buyer's agency agreement with. The Quinns are A. Clients, B. Fiduciaries, C. Principals, D. Customers. The correct answer is customers. Customers are third parties an agent may deal with in the course of a transaction while representing a principal. Agents work with customers, not for. Question 2. What duty requires a licensee to follow the principal's orders and requests as long as they are not unethical or illegal? A. Obedience, B. Accountability, C. Disclosure, D. Honesty. The correct answer is obedience. The duty of obedience requires the agent to obey the wishes of the principal as long as they are not unethical or illegal. Question 3. Melissa went on a listing appointment and the sellers were asking legal questions she felt certain she knew the answers to. What should Melissa do? A. Suggests they seek legal counsel, B. Answer the questions, C. Tell them she will find out and get back to them, D. Tell them she doesn't know for sure. The correct answer is suggests they seek legal counsel. An agent can never give legal advice without a license to do so, regardless of whether they know the answer. Question 4. Agent Terry convinces an owner to list his property way under market value. Terry sells the property to his brother Mark without disclosing the relationship to the buyer in writing. Mark turns around and sells the property for a profit to split with Terry. This is an example of A. Wholesaling, B. Creative agency, C. Stealing, D. Self-dealing. The correct answer is self-dealing. Self-dealing is an intentional misrepresentation of an agent's relationship and interest in a transaction. Question 5. Agent Paula found a buyer for her listing. The seller accepted the buyer's offer and both parties received copies of the contract documents. The seller decides 1 week prior to closing they no longer want to sell the home. What could happen? A. Paula's broker owes her a commission, B. The buyer owes Paula commission, C. Paula did not earn a commission, D. The seller owes Paula commission. The correct answer is the seller owes Paula commission. The agent has earned their commission by bringing a ready, willing, and able buyer whose offer was accepted. So the seller is to pay the agent if the contract is terminated due to the seller's default. Question 6. Larry listed his home for sale with an agent. The property was exposed to an open and free market and after a reasonable time the property sold to a buyer unrelated to Larry. This type of sale would be considered A. Fair market value, B. Sale under duress, C. Arm's length transaction, D. None of the above. The correct answer is arm's length transaction. A property exposed to an open and free market and sold to unrelated parties who both acted in their own self-interest is considered an arm's length transaction. Question 7. How is real estate defined? A. Land and all items within the improvements, B. Land including water, air and improvements, C. Property sold between buyers and sellers, D. Commercial property but not residential. The correct answer is land, including water, air, and improvements. Real estate is defined as land, water, air, and improvements attached to the land. Question 8. A fence that extends onto the land of another from a neighboring property is called in A. Encumbrance, B. Easement, C. Encroachment, D. Escheat. The correct answer is encroachment. Encroachment occurs when an improvement or fixture intrudes upon an adjoining property. Question 9. Marvin owns an easement to use the driveway of his neighbor Bob. Marvin's property is considered the A. Servient estate, B. Life estate, C. Dominant estate, D. Freehold estate. The correct answer is dominant estate. The property that benefits from an easement to another parcel is called the dominant estate. Question 10. Which of the following best describes the economic characteristics of land? A. Demand, utility, scarcity, transferability, situs. B. Scarcity, situs, immobility, utility, demand. C. Situs, transferability, demand, immobility. D. Indestructibility, demand, non-homogeneous, situs. The correct answer is demand, utility, scarcity, transferability, situs. The 5 economic characteristics of land are demand, utility, scarcity, transferability, and situs.